Hello players, welcome. This is your boy Jaystiqs coming at you with another video, and this is Drum Therapy. If you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing and drop a like to this video. This episode of Drum Therapy is sponsored by the Drum Chops Builder app. It's a really cool application where you can compose and save your drum ideas whenever and wherever you are, and you can always go practice it on the drums later. Download now by clicking the link in the description below. The musician listening to jazz has a different experience from a normal person listening to jazz, because a musician listening to jazz can figure out what they're doing and it's impressive. Back in the day, people would just take a piece of music and listen to it and try and figure out every single part, trying to figure out what the drummer did and how you can break it down and play it like he played it just by listening to it. And that's a very important skill that I think nowadays we are losing, because it's good that we have tutorials and all, it's good that we break down things to make it easier, but then when we cannot just pick it up by listening to the music, it means we can't move ahead without someone holding our hands, or without something holding our hands like a tutorial or something else. We can't just progress without any of those things around. But when we develop our ears to the point where we can just listen and begin to pick it up, then we can go as far as we can listen. Whatever you can listen to, you can learn, if your ears are good enough. That is the point here. You would see that the more you keep on listening, the more you try to figure out, it's like your ears start to open up and you start to hear more things. With the same piece of music you listened to some years back, you would go back and listen to it again and you would hear things you didn't hear the first time. And that's so interesting for me, because recently I went back to listen to the Marvin Sapp album, Thirsty, and I got so much from it, because now I understand what they were doing. Now I can see what Calvin Rogers was doing on the drums. I still haven't gotten the full thing, but when I hear it, I can visualize what he was doing on the drums. I know that he was doing some ghost note here, he was doing this here, he was displacing this on that, because I have learned a whole bunch of stuff that how I can apply to my listening ear. But the two go hand in hand, the ear and the learning. Because if you just learn without having an ear to listen, then you can't play without sheets and charts and stuff. And if you just have an ear to listen and you don't have the skill, then you just know what it sounds like and you can't play. But you need to have the two going hand in hand, such that you can hear and you can play. It's important to actively listen. So how do you actively listen? Active listening, I believe, is when you take the piece of music, you don't just listen to the track as a whole, but you break down all the layers with your ear. So let's say they're playing a song, there's drums, there's bass, there's keys, there's the singer, there's the choir, right? If you're the drummer and you want to pick out the drums, you pick out only the drums. Then you tune your ear just to listen to the drums. The track is going on, but once you tune your ear just to listen to the drums, you will find that you would start to hear things the drum is doing that you didn't hear when you were just listening to the track like as a whole. But when you listen to it just on the level of one instrument, you start to hear things. And I don't know how that happens, but it happens. It's weird, but it's cool. It's actually really cool. And once you're able to figure that out and you keep on doing it, then it starts to come automatically. That's when you pick up a piece of music, you hear the drums and you hear the parts of the drums. And you would also see that for keyboard players, when they pick up a piece of music, they hear the keys and they start to visualize what the piano player is doing. And that's how it is. And that's the first step to learning by your ear, being able to play just by listening. Because once you're able to figure out, okay, the drummer is doing this, this is the sounds he's getting, this is what I can hear from the whole music that the drums is doing, Then you go back to your drums to try and figure out, okay, how do I play what I'm hearing the drummer do on the drums, on my drums, if that makes any sense. With time, you will start to pick it up. With time, when you learn a bunch of rudiments, then you know that, okay, this rudiment sounds like this, and I heard the drummer do this, and the two sounds are the same, so he's doing this rudiment. If you try it out and it works, then you've learned something. That's how come advanced or an intermediate drummer is able to just listen to a song and pick out the fills without anyone sort of teaching them how to play the fills. They can just pick it up because they know the rudiments and they know what it sounds like, and they know what to put together just to make it into the fill that needs to sound like what it sounds like. This doesn't make any sense, but I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense actually. So yeah, it's a skill we need to develop, and it's a skill I think we are losing as the days go by and as information gets more accessible and easy to acquire. And the more you listen, the clearer it becomes. That is how come for music like jazz, right? Non-musicians that listen to jazz can't seem to figure out what is going on. But a musician listening to jazz has a different experience from a normal person listening to jazz. Because a musician listening to jazz can figure out what they're doing, and it's impressive because he knows what they're doing and it's like wow stuff. But a normal person is just hearing a whole bunch of noises which may be going together or not, and then they're like, okay, cool, fine, they played something. But a musician or an advanced jazz player or drummer or whatever, whoever, pianist, Corey Henry or some person playing or listening to jazz knows exactly what is going on and has figured out that, whoa, this is some crazy melodic modulations on the 5th with the 13th and all that kind of crazy stuff. And that is way more impressive because the ear is trained and is better able to appreciate the music to its like detailed level. And as musicians, we have to be detailed because the art form is a detail-oriented art form. That's why we perfect our craft. That is why we practice. That is why we do all these things, so that we can be precise, so that we can be very good at what we are doing. So our ears also need to be very well trained such that we can pick out little minute details in music, not just to learn but also to appreciate the music and break it down into forms that we can really appreciate it and learn it if we want. So that's about it. I hope you got something from this video. Comment below, what do you think? Can you be a proper musician without training your ears? Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like, subscribe for more videos, more drum therapy videos like this. I'll see you in another video, God willing. Peace.